LiteFinance, the world of financial freedom.
Hello guys, it's Monday, August the 8th. Let's start the market forecast. So this week we have a couple of very important macroeconomic data releases with a focus naturally on US inflation numbers, which are running hot and are a key figure for the Fed to steer their decisions on interest rates. But as usual, let's go with the calendar. So today we got data from China about export and import, which are recovering naturally. But as for imports, you can see some worsening. Apart from that, Monday is as usual a slow start. So next Tuesday, to your surprise, also we don't have much to discuss apart from the Energy Information Administration short-term energy outlook, which might be important when we'll see some shocking adjustments to the numbers, but as we all know it rarely happens. But it is one and only event that is worth watching that day, so as well you might catch up with their predictions. Then we have Wednesday, the most important day of this week, when we will get a CPI data from the US. As I mentioned previously, we should be focusing on this event since it can influence the markets the most, especially when we will get some widely deviating figure from what everybody expects. So meaning if we get much higher, i.e. worse than previous one reading, then that would mean the Fed could be even more hawkish on the next meeting and we could see some bigger hikes, like maybe 1%, which ultimately should strengthen the greenback. Right now, the market is expecting a 75 basis point hike in September, which we can observe on a well-known right now CME Fed Watch tool. As for the opposite scenario, when we will get lower than expected reading, the 75 basis point scenario will be more assured and the dollar could weaken a bit after the publication. Apart from US CPI, we will get crude oil inventories, which will be also interesting. We can see that the barrel of oil finally fell below the $100 threshold and stayed there. Right now it is around $94. We saw that from a PMI data from past weeks that the demand is getting lower, new orders are contracting, and so the demand for oil along with it. Apart from that, we received good information from OPEC that they raised the output for September by another 100,000 barrels per day. So this is a truly additional supply pumped to the market, of which I didn't so much coverage in the media, maybe because it would look bad for countries like Saudi Arabia that they are somehow bending under the US pressure. But to be honest, it is not that much, this 100,000 barrels. Every additional supply matters, but this one is a rather mild increase, which could be called more of a gesture of a goodwill rather than a success of a White House. Either way, it was my small digression. So let's continue. So as for the price in current fundamentals, I would rather expect a continuation of a downtrend, but before that I would want to see a retest of $100 level and then a slow fall of the price. Okay, next we have Thursday with inflation on producers' side from the US and initial jobless claims. And finally, on Friday, we will get the GDP and manufacturing production from Great Britain, which is one of the best performing economies right now despite the high inflation. PMI for the UK are the best ones among the developed economies, and now we will get the data about the manufacturing sector as well. Additionally, I could add a couple of things about the upcoming Ethereum merge. You probably saw that the ETH is currently performing better than the BTC. It is fundamentally correct, but will it last? On one hand, it can cause a bull run like a Bitcoin halving did. Here we have the chart which shows that after each halving we got a new all-time highs, and since the merge is decreasing the new supply of ETH 8 times instead of 2, it can lead to a new wave, a new strong uptrend. But it also can be a buy the rumors, sell the facts situation, after which we will see a drop. Either way, if we break 1800 resistance, I would still be going long since we still have the time. The merge is planned for September 19th. And as for the long-term approach, it is still a great price. Okay guys, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.